Hi, welcome to some more video games. I'm glad you made it. Oh, something's not working already. I'm glad you made it. Okay, that's enough. Hope you got your snacks, hope you got your drinks. And I hope I don't get depressed because this game kinda whooped my ass last time. Despite not actually having any fighting so far. Like, we haven't fought anyone. I think there's some fighting. Pretty sure there is. I still managed to die like, what, 2 or 3 times? So yeah, this is going super well. Last time I did a bunch of stuff and then I went in that room over there. I said something like, this is so sad, and my morale dipped and then I died. Or I game overed. I got my progress back all the way to that point, and then I went in that room and I did the other option, which is like, oh, this is, you can't rent this, and then, yeah, I didn't die of morale destruction, which is cool. Yeah, so we're still gonna try to progress in this, and hopefully I can do some fighting at some point. I'd like to, terminate someone's ass, if you know what I'm saying. It's not for nothing they call me the Bud Inspector. Moss crawls on the bathroom tiles. Actual moss. I feel like I've been to this part of the place before. This goes to the balcony. Let's go up there. There we are. What is that? The curtains shift just a little. Someone is watching from within. The breaker box is full of cigarette butts and electric wires. That's good to know because I am an official butt inspector. Just a door. Nothing for you. Nothing for you here right now. It's locked. What is that? Someone's growing rosemary, thyme, and a cactus. Seems like some weird conditions for a cactus. Number 28, a door to be remembered. Oh, I feel like there was like a door number which needed to remember. Okay, I think I forgot to ask the old lady about the person who was up here's apartment number. So let's go back down. Let's try to figure that out. Mew and Goose doesn't remember to ask someone for the apartment number. Hello, ma'am.
Give me a moment.
An elderly woman is leaning on her broom, her knuckle white as bone. She seems to be having having difficulty breathing.
The cold never does any good for my bronchitis.
She sneezes into a dirty handkerchief. Are you alright? Should I call the doctor?
I'm fine. Fine. Don't you worry about me.
She starts coughing, red spots appearing on her
Now,
cheeks.
what do you want from me, policeman?
She's the cleaning lady. She knows the floor plan and the residence.
I'm looking for a young male in his mid-20s, dark hair, skinny build, a smoker on the balcony.
Yes, yes. I know who you mean. The scrawny boy who's always smoking like the devil, right?
She looks at the other end of the hall.
Somewhere in the building, a child starts crying. You hear a radio tuned to a talk show and someone taking a shower.
What's he in trouble for?
No trouble, just want to talk to him. Do you know where he lives? He's wanted for murder. I don't know. I just want to talk to him.
Talk?
cleaning lady starts laughing, but it turns into a violent coughing spasm. She squeezes her broom, trying to catch her breath.
What was so funny about that?
Good question.
He lives upstairs in room 28. Go to the balcony. It's one of those doors there. He's usually home in the evening.
Thank you. We should go check out his apartment on the balcony. See if he's home.
Thank you. Revachol is pronounced Revachol. Orangier is pronounced Oranje. Classier is pronounced Classier. So this is 28.
This door is made of metal and appears to be reinforced. Someone here really values their security. Number 28. This is where the cleaning lady said the smoker on the balcony lives.
Let's see if anyone's home. Knock.
No one answers.
Looks like the young man we are looking for isn't home. I think our best chance to catch him is in the evening.
He looks around, taking in the cold spring
We should
air.
return tomorrow after we have finished with our day's work. How about 9 p.m.? Sound good?
Sounds good. Tomorrow.
Tomorrow,
9
9 p.m., right here. Apartment number 28. Good, let's go.
Damn. Turns out it's quite tricky finding someone in a big apartment building. Don't worry. You'll get him. Remember, tomorrow. He's probably gone for today.
Alright. Wait, my 29. Oh. Complete silence. Whoever lives here isn't home. The door is apartment 30. Voices are within, singing along to some buoyant dance track. Incredible. Truly marvelous. Okay, so there's also that woman on the boat. I want to go speak with her. Most people settle for bed after 9 or not long after. At night, the streets are emptier. By 2 a.m., everyone's asleep. Let me check my journal again. I kind of need to find the badge and the gun. Someone must know something about your lost firearm. Maybe a district authority, like someone high up in the union, or someone local who saw you with it before you passed out. The Whirlwing's absent bartender. You could also ask the local pawn shop. Yeah. And then for the badge, it's unclear how you should go about finding a tiny piece of plastic in a world as huge as this. Maybe you'll just stumble across it down the line. Miracles happen. Well, I'm more worried about the gun than I am about the badge. Though which could do more damage is unclear. There we go. Docking reserved for residents of Rue de Saint-Ghislain, 33A. Your room in the Whirlwind isn't much bigger than this boat. This is worth more than you'll ever earn in your life. Incredible.
A striking woman leans against the cabin top of her sailing boat, smiling as you approach. Her green raincoat glistens with droplets. A silk scarf is tied around her throat.
Good morning, officers. I'm Joyce.
Extends her hand.
Joyce
in
L.
greeting.
Messier. I represent the board of Wild Pines, the owners of the harbour. You gentlemen must be from the RCM.
She steps closer and holds out her hand over the railing. Joyce L. What does the L stand for? RCM? What is that? I'm a little foggy here. What gave us away? Shake her hand. Well, shake her hand.
I'm glad to see you here.
Her grip is tight and cold.
Like steel. There is strength there. If she wanted, she could sink her nails deep into your skin.
I was dispatched to handle a strike, not a lynching. Anything I can do to assist the RCM in this matter, I will, gladly.
That is good to hear, madame. My colleague will take the lead on this interview. I should let you know that he is recovering from an unusual medical episode. Very unusual. But I can assure you of his ultimate competency.
There's a trace of irony in his voice. Mischief, even. This is a tactic. It happens quicker than a shooting star. But did the lieutenant just wink at you?
How interesting. I wish you a swift recovery. In the meanwhile, you have my full cooperation, and the full cooperation of the Wild Pines group.
You're on a boat. Oh my god, what the hell? Tell me about Wild Pines. What do you do? What can you tell me about the strike? What can you tell me about the lynching? What can you tell me about this? Probably related. About the strike.
Everything. Right up to, but not including, trade secrets.
What if I want to hear about trade secrets? What is your role in this precisely?
I believe the official title is Senior Labor Negotiator. In practice, I'm a grocery clerk. I relay the union's demands to Wild Pines and return with Wild Pines' counteroffer.
And how are the talks going?
They're not. That's the problem. The union stopped all negotiations a week ago, after that awful lynching took place.
Wait, she just admitted that the lynching and the strike are connected.
Now they won't even let me into the harbour. There's a 2-meter-20 racist behemoth blocking the gates.
So the strike is connected to the lynching?
Yes, I believe there is a connection. But that's a subject for later.
Tell me about the behemoth.
What can I say? The union employs a giant covered in tattoos. A racist giant. I guess that's part of their big tent organization now.
How were the talks going before the lynching?
Let's say I was not making the kind of progress I'd hoped for when I first arrived.
And when did you first arrive?
I arrived 3 weeks ago. Yes, in the middle of February. The bay was still partially frozen then. I prefer to do these things on site, like the RCM.
But the strike began in December.
I wasn't the original negotiator here. I took over after Mr. Gaumont hit a wall with Mr. Clare, the union boss. Mr. Clare refused to speak with Gaumont despite concessions he'd granted the union in prior negotiations.
This isn't the first time the union has gone on strike.
Heavens no. There have been 2 prior strikes. Both times the union won significant concessions, including overtime pay and a medical plan. This time their demands are more, I guess you could say, aggressive.
Ludicrous, even. It's meant.
What are the demands?
There are leaflets everywhere, and banners. What did they say again? Oh yes. Every worker, a member of the board.
Oh my.
Most of the workers probably don't know what that means.
That just sounds like a worker co-op. Which is poggers. I like it. I kind of want her on my side, so I might not say that. I don't know what to think about that. Over-aggressive commie posturing. Seems like they have no idea about business. Forget it. I want to ask something about, else about the strike. I don't know what to think about that.
Fortunately, they explained it. Every time the Wild Pines group makes a decision about anything, it needs the signature of each of the 2,200 workers in its Martinez terminal. Just so you understand, this is but one of 22 terminals owned by Wild Pines. Essentially, not only are they kings of the company, they are also kings of the 72,000 employees of Wild Pines Group.
Oh, so just the members of this location. Okay, that's kind of stupid. The workers can't be king. The king is king. The king is dead. Long live the workers. What are you
I'm not
going
sure.
to do?
Naturally, I assume that was just their opening position. A hard-nosed tactic with a side of mockery. But there's been no follow-up, just the same nonsensical slogan repeated over and over again. And now, people are getting lynched, I hear. Behind the whirling in rags. A disastrous situation if there ever was one.
Excuse me, from whom did you hear about this lynching?
I first heard it from the boyer at the gates. The one whose very name advertises his aversion to work. I think he said it was, "Call me mañana."
This checks out. No, wait. The chief negotiator heard it from a man at the gates. Surely the Wild Pines group. has more effective channels of information. After all, 2,200 people are on strike. This is a big deal for them.
Tell me about this union boss, Mr. Clare.
Everard Clare is a man of the utmost integrity. If you can say one thing about him, it's that he always puts the interests of the workers first.
Really?
Of course not. Everard is fantastically corrupt. I imagine he has a thick, viscous goo where you and I have blood.
Oh.
If you were to prick him with something sharp, you could see it oozing out. A knife, maybe? No, a rapier.
You sound like you're about to take a rapier to him. Is he that bad? He can't be that bad. Is he that bad?
He is the most corrupt individual I have ever seen, and I deal with men like him for a living. If there is anyone more venal, more irredeemably nepotistic, then it's his twin brother, Edgar.
But there's two of them?
Yes. Edgar looks exactly like his brother, except for that lazy eye. He also talks exactly like Everard does. And when one's term as foreman is up, the other takes over. It's how they circumvent the term limits, you see, with a funny little switcheroo. While in office, they've embezzled God knows how much of their workers' dues.
What about the union itself outside the Brother Clares?
The Débardeurs Union was once a perfectly normal institution. 20 years ago, anyway. It must not have been easy to establish under the Emergency Act, but they did it. I can respect that. Organised labour at its best, as they say. Then something happened in the local chapter elections. The brothers Clare came and transformed it into a... how do you say?
A mob. The Débardeurs are a crime syndicate. Sad as it may be, I suspect we'll be forced to cooperate with them.
Refreshingly honest, officer. The company has tried appeasing in the past, but I'm afraid our concessions have only emboldened Everard and his brother. And your opinion, detective, if I may ask? I'm a curious and talkative person, you see. Would you say the Débardeurs Union is...
I mean, all I've heard so far is like hearsay. I prefer not to have an opinion on these things.
Of course, officer.
What happened to him? To this Gaumont?
Mr. Clare told him to... how did he put it? Fuck off, midget. Gaumont is short of stature, you see.
Okay
Yes.
then.
Keep in mind, this is a negotiator Mr. Clare has worked with before, and who was more than fair with him and the Union.
The scabs at the gate. Did you put them there?
The scabs? You mean the huddled masses of Jamrock, come to plead for work where the Union refuses to?
Don't let her answer it herself.
Let's call them strike breakers. You put them there, right?
If these strikebreakers were organized by Wild Pines or its affiliates, then it would be a company secret. I could not share it with you. Not yet, at least.
It's implied. She's open to discussing this matter with you at a later occasion.
One more thing. You said something happened in the elections?
I'm glad you asked. There was a woman, the previous forewoman of the Union. She disappeared.
Disappeared?
Yes. On the last day of the local chapter elections, her daughter phoned in and said she wasn't running anymore. Or coming to work. Ever. End of story.
This forewoman, her name?
This forewoman, her name?
Sadly, the company records do not even give a name. She's just forewoman in private correspondence. Holly. I don't even know if it's a sir or given name. And I don't have access to the Union's files.
Eerie.
Downright haunting, if you ask me. The Wild Pines suspected foul play, but what could they do? It was a Union matter. The point of the presentation is, these kinds of things happen around the Clares. Watch out when you're dealing with him.
Thank you for your concern, ma'am. We'll be just fine.
That's all I need here. Let's change the topic.
Of course. How else can I help?
What can you tell me about this
Quite
lynching?
a few things, I'm afraid. The information I'm to share with you includes sensitive trade secrets. For the sake of my employer, I have to ask for your names and badge numbers.
Oh,
Of course, ma'am. We should have introduced ourselves. I am Lieutenant Kitsuragi from Precinct 57. And this is my colleague from Precinct 41. I'm afraid he doesn't have his badge at the moment. I hope mine will suffice.
why couldn't you use my name? I still don't know my name.
How curious. Why is that, Detective?
Remember when my partner told you I recently suffered from an unusual medical episode? My lost badge is related to it.
I see. So, are you saying you lost your badge during the course of this episode?
It's possible. After a night of heavy drinking, I lost all my memory of my life and the world. I could have eaten it for all I know. I don't remember anything. This world, this city, nothing. No, I'm just gonna go with that. Yeah.
I can't hear you, darling. Speak up, please.
I could have eaten it for all I know. I don't remember anything. This world, this city, nothing.
Oh dear. Some kind of encephalopathic amnesia. I don't even know how to respond. I do believe you, naive as that may sound. I simply can't imagine what you gain by faking such a condition.
As I said, ma'am, his technique may be very unconventional, but he is an officer of the RCM.
Of course, I sympathize, but I'm afraid I simply can't share anything more until I've seen that badge.
She's a professional negotiator. She should be open to some sort of mutually beneficial arrangement.
Then I'll find it somehow. Let's talk about something else until I do.
Of course. But before we do, officers, let me be perfectly clear. The situation is extremely volatile. The sooner we can speak about this lynching business, the better for all of us.
You're on
Why,
a boat.
yes, I am.
Not a lot of people on boats, are there?
Of course there are. We're on an archipelago. How else are you supposed to get around?
Wait, we're on an archipelago?
Yes, we are. We are on Le Caillou.
Le Caillou. Oh,
Technically, the neighboring Ozone and Fas a la Mer island groups are archipelagos, while La Caillou, by contrast, is a single fertile landmass, the fourth largest island in the world. It is not an archipelago.
Wait, I thought Le Caillou was one big island. Still, I haven't seen anyone else sail a boat around here.
I haven't seen anyone else drive a souped-up Capri Kenema motor carriage either.
Actually, that motor carriage has been specially issued to serve as a patrol and pursuit vehicle. It's for crossing long distances in the greater Ravachol industrial harbor. It's not a toy.
Neither is this. A toy, I mean. It's a machine for crossing long distances in the Bay of...
Why?
Why what? Stop thinking. Take her down.
Okay. And I'll come off like I'm envious, and I'm not. Why am I even thinking about this? I have police work to do.
Have it your way.
Okay, yeah.
Good.
I'm good with the boat. Tell me about Wild Pines. What do you do?
What we do. I'm afraid I don't speak for Wild Pines as a whole. It's a giant undertaking.
There was a touch of discomfort there. She wants to merely represent.
So what did they do?
The Pines' core competency is logistics. Container shipping, freight, that sort of thing. See those airships there, blinking? Those are the shipping side of things. And that is the terminal. Another subdivision deals with energy, oil and gas exploration, offshore platforms.
The Wild Pines Group is one of the original Revacholian Indo-tribes. Companies awarded royal monopolies by the king, the suzerain himself, centuries ago. The king is long gone, but several of the Indo tribes remain.
Who are the other Indo tribes? You're in a good company, it seems. How much money does the Wildpine make? Who are the other Indo tribes?
Son Baptiste, Elysium, an unknown entity known as Brightest Star.
You're in good company, it
Why,
seems.
thank you.
How much money does the Wildpines have?
I'm not at liberty to discuss the company balance sheet, but I can tell you that last year, the company booked more than 20 billion real in revenue.
Wow. Wow.
20 billion is a large number, but the conglomerate employs 72,000 people. They all need to be paid. Then there are capital improvements, interest payments. A conglomerate the size of the Wildpines is like a shark. If it stops moving, it will die. Then what becomes of those 72,000 families? It's a tremendous responsibility.
She nods.
Of course, Detective.
Alright, I need to find my badge. I guess badge and gun. Let's review those. So badge said maybe I'll just stumble across it and online. Miracles happen. And I need to track down. Find any information you can on the gun. So the absent bartender or the local pawn shop. Did I not run away from the bartender? That could be pretty bad if I go back. But I'll just pay him. I think I have the money too. You hear the distant squall of seabirds. Not the seabirds. A splatter of bullets holes line the wall.
The sight of bullet holes stirs something in you, making you forget the lieutenant's surname. The faded marks are
closer.
too degraded to draw any forensic conclusions. Just chips in the sandstone. They look pretty ancient.
Kim, look, bullet holes.
Where?
Point at the chips in the wall. Someone has been shot. We're cops. We should solve it.
There? Those are old.
What do you mean old?
These bullets were fired during the revolution, over half a century ago. They do not warrant investigation.
Alright then.
We should focus on present crimes, from the present century.
Okay, buddy. What's that? Money. I love money. Things I've hicked and said. What have you hicked?
Have you no shame? Whining about your back every time you bring out the measuring tape.
René, you're a man with a fork in a world of soup. Please, let's just try to enjoy the game, all right?
I'm trying to, but you keep breaking my concentration. You're old. I can see that. We're both old. Now stop grabbing your ass like it's a girl.
These manly men are playing balls. This is a ball game. Grab a ball and play it. Don't ask questions. Shoot first. Ask questions never.
Alright, I got this. Ball time.
That's the spirit. Don't even waste your breath asking about the game. They wouldn't know anyway. They're way past their prime.
Yeah. Hand-eye coordination. Grab the ball and show them how it's done.
You are immediately surprised by the ball's lack of weight. No matter, you'll make it work.
Feel
The
bump.
cold metal ball is surprisingly smooth against your neck. It has a pattern on it, probably a sponsored ball. Yours would only be covered with bumps of learning and scars of victory. Already your muscles are adjusting to the weight, the nervous system calibrating, until you and the ball have merged into a single entity. The man ball is ready.
Incredible.
A chilly breeze ruffles your hair as you stand there, feet firmly planted. All sounds, smells, even the wind, everything fades until the only thing left is the union of man and ball.
There is time for a last glance inward. Who am I?
An embodiment of pure motion, a fine-tuned locomotor running at maximum efficiency.
I see. The inertia can be contained no more than a bullet leaving a gun. Let's go. Be the bullet. Oh.
Merde! Bordel de merde!
A whorehouse of shit?
Whorehouse of shit?
It wasn't whorehouse of shit. The shot was at least 23 meters, probably 24, and then some. Nothing to be embarrassed about.
What the hell is your problem?
Not a weak tricep, that's for sure.
I don't care if you are a cop. You do not just ruin someone's game. It's so goddamn disrespectful.
I'm sensing anger, and I don't understand why. Wait, what? Or I'm sorry. Wait, what?
You vandalized our game, son. We can't play petanque with 5 bull.
Sorry, an honest mistake. Petanque? Oh, petanque, I understand. I thought it was shot put.
Well, it damn well isn't. It's petanque. You ruined a petanque game. We want our bull back.
Take it easy, René. This is just a misunderstanding, isn't it, officer? No harm done.
No, I
Of
did
course
this on
there's harm
purpose.
done, you orange slug. You owe us a
my.
goddamn bull.
Okay, I'll try to fix this.
Good. Mistakes are forgiven when men at least try to right their wrongs. I believe you will try. Now, why did you approach us?
Yes, why did you come here? It's unlikely they know anything about the murder. You never know. He might know something. This is a good vantage point.
You seem to be playing in a crater.
Yes. The terrain here provides an interesting variety to a familiar game.
Does it have anything to do with all the bullet holes I've been seeing around?
Yes. It was left by heavy artillery fire.
Oh, is a crater left by heavy artillery fire? But why?
Why what?
Why was heavy artillery reused?
Because that's what happens when communists hijack your country, execute your supreme leadership, and turn your capital into a slaughterhouse. You use heavy ordnance to clean up your home.
Who are the communards again?
Commies, communists, socialists, anarchists, call them what you like. They just chose a name to feel special. Senseless sentimentality.
Did you use artillery fire against them?
Sadly, no. It was the foreigners who brought them to their knees. We fought valiantly. Too valiantly. So valiantly we got licked.
He's squeezing a bull in his fist.
Should have fought dirty, like they did with their suicide sex cult propaganda and mad anarchist women strapped to shrapnel bombs. We didn't though, and we lacked caliber. God bless him, but the suzerain's cannons simply weren't big enough.
It was probably a bit more complicated than that.
Oh, you think? Why shell them here in Martinez? They should have chosen a place away from people in the building. I understand, I'd bomb this place too. They should have chosen a place away from
This
people.
place is a damn beachhead, son. They had to soften the commies up first. Yes, the military coordinated amphibious landing to take back Revachol. Martinez was used as one of the 3 footholds in Revachol during Operation Deathblow in 08. The other 2 are off in Stella Maris and the Delta.
Death blow sounds grim. Nod thoughtfully and turn to look northeast. Shake your head and look down at the crater.
This here is Blood Ground, where Coalition boots first made landfall and cleaned those rabid dogs out. Most likely, we're playing pétanque on their mangled corpses.
Blood ground. You got old René going there. Like he isn't hungry enough already.
Is that why everybody is so bombed out? My, oh my. Hold on, the coalition.
Don't get me wrong, officer. I hate those foreign dogs, but the enemy of my enemy and all that. They're the lesser evil.
That explains all the war
Damn
damage.
right, son. They lit the fire of hell on the city before they stormed it. And it worked, too. The rest of the city got cleaned up, but Martinez they keep as a monument. And now the Union Socialists are practically running the place.
Well, it's your own damn fault. You, we, the coalition, Revachol, whoever you want to blame, never finished the job. Officially, the party never surrendered. Of course they still hold influence.
You don't even begin to truly understand the players on the table, let alone the specific circumstances surrounding the... What do you think?
Thinking men have opinions on these things. Present one.
That's how it should be. Soft socialists paving the way for the hard working class to take over. Foreign powers cleaned up our mess and now they rule us. Shake your head in shame. Coalition seems quite capable actually. Commies just don't understand how money works. I'll go with the first one. That's how it should be. Soft socialists paving the way for the hard working class to take over.
Preposterous! Surely you
Preposterous.
don't mean it. I'm just sorry it had to be them. After 8 years of fighting those commie hyenas, boiling cats for food and drinking my piss in the mountains, I would have preferred if the Right Honorable King Guillaume returned through Revachol, or even if that damn clan Frisel had risen from the grave and led us. Sadly, that was not the case.
Wow, sounds like some sort of imperialist cuck.
Instead, all that is just, holy, and beautiful in the world was wiped away, and now it's neon signs with toothpaste ads everywhere. Foreign influence peddling garbage and stupid music on the radio. This is just what the commies wanted. This was their plan all along. This is what they wanted to replace the role of the suzerain with.
What exactly is a suzerain?
The suzerain is the king! Has everyone forgotten already? They've forgotten already. It's no use talking to you. You were still in Daddy's balls when it happened. When we took our last stand against the filth and rode the cavalry straight into gunfire.
Do you know anything about the man hanged in the backyard of Whirling and Rags?
Unfortunately, I don't. Unlike most of the locals, I have no qualms about assisting law enforcement. But this affair has passed me by completely.
And most of the
In
locals?
Martinez, the Union is the law. So can you really blame them?
But you don't have a problem with cops.
Cops is a pejorative term. I don't have a problem with policemen. On the contrary, I admire the effort to bring order to our streets.
I see.
He doesn't know about the crime. Your time is better spent discussing politics.
I bet my time seems to be better spent elsewhere. What about the police women?
I'm confident they are indispensable in regard to all the paperwork and other administrative duties.
There There are no yeah. Do I get in a fight with this guy? There are new duties RCM women couldn't carry
But you
out.
must agree that nature, in her infinite wisdom, has made men more fit to perform certain, more challenging tasks. Don't you, officer?
No.
Really, officer. Match an average woman against an average man in a dark alley and see who comes out on top. Gender equality is a very noble, very modern idea. But in real life, primal roles prevail. But I do not wish to discuss this matter further.
Yeah, but I mean, I don't think it's fair to consider that because no one's born equal. I mean, it's all cops anyway, so I think men, police women, and policemen are equally capable of
I
oppressing. the
have
working
really
class.
outdone myself. This is divine.
Yes, that's what you need, Gaston. More padding on that fat ass of yours. I hope your heart gives out.
René, it's a little pleasures. Life doesn't need to be a struggle.
Yes.
Hello, officer. How might I be of assistance on this fine day?
Tell me, what do you know about the dead
Let
man?
me think. I heard someone was hanged and left on a tree for a week. But that's all I know, really.
Come on, you must have heard something.
No, officers, I'm sorry. And I really would like to assist. You are both good guys. I can see that.
Then help them, you wimp. You have plenty of shoulder with the ghost caviar in the Union. Someone must know something.
He means caviar socialists.
I wish I could, but I just don't know anything. I always keep my nose clean and don't gossip. Everyone knows and respects that.
Odd. He doesn't seem to be lying, but there's something off here.
Sounds a bit like you're holding back.
I'm not even anyone.
Of course he's holding back. His mouth is so full of Union prick he can't even speak properly.
Can I at least finish my fucking sentence before you piss on it? Is that okay, René? I'm not anyone important in the Union. I just know Evrard.
How do you know Evrat?
Everyone in Martinez knows the Clare brothers. I taught these boys human studies and history in the gymnasium.
What do you know about history? You never witnessed history. Only heard about it years later, when it had already moved on. You don't know history.
The old soldier mumbles something under his breath and turns to face the sea. There he stands, proud, rigid and alone, like a cracking marble statue.
Let's try not to get caught in a crossfire.
Are you a union member?
Oh, in many ways, yes. Like an honorary member. I attend meetings and parties, help with little things. Evrard, Edgar, and the older debardeurs all know me.
In many ways?
Oh, yes.
So you're not an actual member?
Not in the technical sense. I don't have a vote or a membership card, but Evrard keeps me on the payroll, just for the little things.
So that's what it was before. Him hiding something. He tries to make it look like he's a big deal in the Union, and now the illusion is disintegrating before your and René's eyes. He doesn't know anything, because no one tells him anything. He's an outsider.
Of course he's not a member. He's not a member of anything. I knew that. He's a Vezavane. Turns to where the wind blows and tries to look important. I hate this socialist rabble, but even siding with them is better than living your entire life on the fence. Never committing to anything. Pick a damn side already.
What are the little things you do for everyone?
Writing work mostly. Occasionally, he needs something written, and I happen to have a way with words, people say.
What kind of things do you write for him?
Oh, nothing official, I assure you. Just essays for the newspapers. About Martinez and how things are and how they could be. Everhart and I had these long talks where...
Well, he tells his little pen man exactly what to say. It's commie propaganda, plain and simple. You should be ashamed of yourself.
Are you a caviar socialist?
I don't even consider myself a regular socialist. Politics is not really something I involve myself in, officer.
Wait, how can you write those newspaper pieces if you're not political?
Officer, I have a vivid imagination. And like I said, I have a way with words. That's enough. No need to sink into politics.
He just fluffs it up.
Of course. Don't sink into anything. Don't sink into any fight. Only sink into your couch.
So you are a weather vane.
I prefer highly adaptable myself. Has a better ring to it, don't you think?
Come on, you.
Thank you. That's all for now.
No, thank you. For being consummate professionals. You'll have this case wrapped up in no time.
Bye for now. Enormous bulls worthy of a real man. Some great tectonic force has cracked the pavement, like an eggshell. The damage looks like it could have been caused by an earthquake. Yes. Okay, well that was unproductive, I find.
Real mature, man. What exactly were you trying to accomplish? You do understand you still owe me money, right?
Damn,
Yeah.
your feet thought we got away.
Hold on. What is this, money in a way?
What are you, brain damaged?
Actually, I might
Money is what grown-up people use to pay for things. Things like this hostel room, or 8 bottles of potent blend, and 9 packs of Royal Extra.
be. Show him the
Well,
queens
you
you found.
use it
Is
for
this
everything.
40?
Yes, it is.
Tell them give it to him. That's 10 plus 10 plus 20 equals 40. I'm now down by 40, right?
No, you see, that's 40 cents. Cents are a form of currency 100 times smaller than the real. I'm not even going to take this. Come back when you have 130 real.
Oh, I have $6. But that's
It
horrible.
is.
Isn't it evil? The order of magnitude between what is asked of a person and what they have.
That's right.
It does, doesn't it?
There's a shuffle of nylon as Lieutenant Kitsuragi looks for something in the pockets of his orange bomber.
I'm sorry, you have to know. I know it was irresponsible of me to run. You have to understand, I was desperate.
You know what? The stupid drinks you've had are on the house. You know why? Because I know you can't pay for them. Not because you ran away. Now, I still have to charge you for 3 nights and the broken window. That's 100 square.
Thank you for your
Don't thank me yet.
cooperations.
You still owe me 100 real. If you don't have it by tonight, I can't let you up there. Now, what the hell did you want? I assume you wanted something to come back here.
I've seen something here at the Whirling. God. Oh, I've seen something here at the Whirling God, and a thing I need to talk to
What
you about.
thing?
I saw something that said the mess hall is reserved for you.
Yes, not the whole damn union, thank God. Just the nastiest and loudest faction. They come here in the evenings. Dumb, unruly types. Think they're big shit. But they're good customers. They place big orders and always pay on time.
We should find out who this Lord faction is occupying the booth. Loudness means talkative, and we need info. We don't. We have to wait. They'll show up sooner or later. Men get hungry, even striking men. If not today, then they'll be here tomorrow.
There are these things called days. You sleep between them. He's saying they'll come after you've slept. Just making clear you got that.
Yes. Is there anything else we
What?
want to talk about?
By the way, you should come back to this thing-based questionnaire if you see anything interesting in the whirling later.
I saw another thing at the world.
Another thing. Great.
What?
Yes.
By the way, where is home? The address is coming up blank, and this place sure isn't it.
Do I even have one?
But you've been at this hostel cafeteria for only 3 nights. Where were you before? You had to be somewhere.
I don't know near.
You
South,
don't
maybe?
really know, do you?
I don't. Does this mean I'm homeless?
South, maybe. Doesn't sound like somewhere you can stay if you run out of money.
Could I trace the way back somehow to the exact street, the exact number on the building?
You can try. Run some addresses in your head when you get the time. Maybe a street or an apartment will appear.
Okay, I think I'm gonna go try the pawn shop that was suggested on the journal. Is there a map actually? Foreign car, kept in good condition. Moni.
The small, wrinkled woman does not greet you. She nods along to something on her radio. A photograph is clutched in her hands, and there is a warm smile on her face. The photo, an ambrotype from the turn of the century, as golden as her smile.
Excuse me, ma'am, I'd like to ask
No
some
response.
questions.
Wherever this woman is, your words fail to reach her.
Excuse
No
me.
response.
Excuse
No
me.
response. No response.
Snap fingers.
Wait. She's just a distracted old woman. Better to leave her alone.
Alright. Oh, tank top.
old monument stands in the middle of the traffic island, pointing toward the sea. It looks as if it's been reassembled piece by piece, secured and mounted in the air with the aid of numerous ropes and rods.
Who is this?
A silver plaque on the statue's pedestal reads, "I am Philip III, the Squanderer, the greatest of the Philippian kings of Revachol, son of Philip II, the opulent, father of Philip IV, the insane." As you look up, you notice something about the statue. There are some odd indentations on the king's chest piece.
What indentations? What indentations? What do I see?
Something with great kinetic energy seems to have impacted the cuirass, around where the heart is. A bullet? Someone shot him in the heart. Interesting.
Lieutenant, has someone shot the king? Point.
Okay, I can't see it, but I take your word for it.
What do you think?
Well, Martinez is riddled with bullet holes. This place saw a lot of action during the revolution. But the statue is recently renovated, so maybe a joke? Target practice or a political statement?
Target
Why
practice?
not? What this shows us is guns aren't too uncommon here, and people still shoot them, sometimes at kings.
The king stands high above you, surveying the bay, mute and indifferent to your sightings.
What did the king do?
Even by the standards of the Philippian kings, old sumptuous Philip was known for his profligacy. Well, he blew through the whole national treasury, starting the decline of one of the penultimate century's greatest superpowers, the suzerain of Revachol. His own maladministration foreshadowed the fall of the monarchy. During the anti-centennial revolution, an end to his family line and the monarchy on the Insulindian Isola.
How did he manage to blow through the entire national treasury?
Stories have it that he had his bedroom converted into a treasure chamber, where he stored unfathomable wealth. Krugerrands, bars of gold, ornate weaponry, armor, and various chalices. He called it the Sol Aurum. It was obscene. There were whispers he slept on a huge pile of gold-dipped feathers, like some obese dragon, instead of a bed, like a normal person.
The king is the king and he can do anything? Wait, really? There's no way that's true? Deplorable farce. No wonder everything went to shit.
But wait, you haven't even heard about his fabled cocaine addiction.
The what now?
You see, old Philippe wasn't just good at squandering the national treasury on gold and ceremonial weaponry, he was also a prodigious snorter of nose candy.
Nose candy. Oh, what is nose candy? That is the lot process. So he was addicted to nose candy, a bloated druggie. Okay, where's he buried now?
Beneath the cold waters of the Insulindian Bay, thrown there by the revolutionaries after they cleaned out the royal mausoleum.
What happened to the statue?
The original was blown apart by communards, then further damaged during the landing of the coalition's airships during the turn-of-the-century revolution, when Martinez was leveled. Most historians think the coalition's hasty landing may have ultimately saved the statue. If the communards had more time, they would have reduced it up to even finer pieces.
Who restored the monument?
Some years ago, a group of liberal, artistically inclined individuals, designers mostly, thought it would be ironic to restore the statue of the most wasteful ruler of Revachol in the poorest part of the city. The statue is supposed to capture the moment it was blown apart, like an instant frozen in time, a rare butterfly trapped in amber, floating on a sea of shit.
That's brilliant. So funny and nihilistic.
People in Martinez tend to disagree, as do many prominent art critics and thought leaders with more nuanced social awareness than the young ironists. Philip III, the Squanderer, however, with his bronze face up in the air, doesn't seem concerned about what the Hoi polloi think of him in death. Not that he ever did in life either.
Alright, that was interesting. Autosave. Incredible. Ruins full of snow. No one lives here anymore. Okay.
I am a gander and a hunter and a gatherer. Feel like a traveler.
Okay, before I talk to this man, I will be right back. I am right back. Don't mind me just sneaking beverages on my stream. All right.
A simple little cadence. He seems to be making it up as he goes.
I am the law. Keep listening.
From another planet. Hey there.
What's all this then?
It's the jam, my man.
Tommy le homme.
The air from the east is thick with the smell of crude oils, heavy metals and other byproducts of the modern era. You can almost taste it.
What's the
It's
jam?
a traffic jam for the ages. Harbor gates up the street are shut tight. No explanation given. Workers on strike, scabs agitating, an all-around clusterfuck. Meanwhile, we're all stuck here in long-haul limbo for days upon days upon days. Upon days.
Limbo, huh? So that's where I am. So how long have you been here?
Feels like forever. Like I was born on this here roundabout and this was all I ever knew. Just me and the metal and the tires, the oil and the fumes of mazout.
Mazout is an antiquated term for heavy fuel oils. This man has a barely suppressed performative streak, or he just likes unusual words, or both.
Extravagantly phrased, but I can roll with it. I don't think I understand what you just said. I dig your sob, man.
Yeah, imagine. It's been a whole week already. So tell me, what do you need?
Tell me more about this strike.
It's like whatever's going on over at the docks. Workers got a blockade set up, making demands, no way in or out.
Going on strike would probably help you dodge a bullet or two.
Maybe I should go on strike. What's the union demanding? Anything else I should know? What's the union demanding?
Some pretty wild stuff, I hear. Like a giant new power crane in half the company? I forget what exactly. Good on them, I guess. I've heard talk there's a company rep in town, too. Like a strike negotiator type. They'd know what's up. Precise demands and so on.
What do you think the company wants? Yeah, what do
They
you
want
think
to
the
keep that
company
money
wants?
flowing in, my man. Ka-ching.
He doesn't blame them, but he's not on their side. That's for sure.
Maybe I should go on strike.
Maybe you should. Cops don't get paid much and the hours are long. Plus, you can get shot. Why not?
The RCM is a self-managing organization that operates on donations. We promote our own leaders. It would be like striking against your own mother.
I did not elect my own mother, so that is not a fair comparison. I don't know my mother, but I'd go on strike against her too, for my rights. I guess you got a point there. Know your mother. Yeah, I'd go on
Okay.
strike against her for my rights.
But do continue. You were asking about the strike?
Anything else I should know?
Anything else? Yeah, this ain't really my area of expertise. I just do my job and get paid. I have things to do and places to be. All of us do.
All of who?
Us lorry drivers. Camionneurs. You still hang around here waiting for this mess to end. Most have scurried off somewhere to get drunk or high. Or laid. Not that I blame them, really.
Not you?
Not my thing. Chasing transient pleasures is a drag these days. I prefer the examined life now. Thinking, reflecting, observing.
He tries his best to look nonchalant, but there's a rigidity in him, as if trying to conceal something warm and deep beneath a cool exterior.
Do you know anything about the dead man? The one hanging behind the hostel over there?
He ain't one of us drivers. I know that. All accounted for. Otherwise, I haven't really asked about that. Been wasting time right here. Keep him busy.
It's easy to see he's telling the truth. He's kept his nose out of the dark stuff.
Alright.
The man taps his fingers rhythmically against his arm.
What are you hauling away anyway?
Oh, high-grade narcotics, illegal firearms, stuff like that.
Relax. He's merely joking.
You're under arrest.
Ha! No, I'm joking, my man. Found runs a nice, clean business. This haul of cargo is mostly sporting goods. You know, tracksuits and that kind of thing. They usually get shipped to Grad and the Occident. Though we've been making headway in the Il Moran market lately.
That's your machine behind you?
This rockin' beauty. Sure is. Like a rash you can't get rid of. You interested in heavy-duty cargo machinery?
A motor lorry, also called a camion, on Caillou and neighboring islands. This one looks roughed up enough to be some sort of found rust bucket. Maybe the A6?
That I found A6 you got there?
Good eye, my man. Yup, she's an old one, but reliable. Me and her spent a long time together.
Could I get one of those found tracksuits you're holding?
We're pals and all, but I can't just freely hand out the merchandise. The bosses won't be happy.
Right.
The man taps his fingers rhythmically against his arm.
I'm good for now. Good talk.
Don't be a stranger.
I like that guy. One of the first
The RCM in
cool
Martinez.
people.
What can I help you with?
You sound
We don't
surprised.
see a lot of police around here. That's all.
I have some questions
Of
for
course.
you.
What can I help you with?
What's this fuck the police business?
Excuse me?
The street sign says fuck the police.
Oh, well, I didn't write it there. I'm just sitting here.
What about the other sign? Pigs go home. Who are these pigs?
I don't know anything about that either. As I said, I didn't write it.
Pig is a widely used term for members of the police. It's not loving.
Oh no, that's
no need
so
to
sad.
worry. We are not saying you did.
Okay. Well, I didn't. Since the street sign's messed up? Okay. What do you need?
Where
What
am
do
I?
you mean?
I'm a bit disoriented. This is Revachol, right?
Yes, sir. District of Martinez.
He knows where we are. He just wants directions.
What's up in the north?
There's the pier, the Cape Side apartment buildings, some more tenements. Not a lot, really.
Here? Buildings? Apartments? You should explore. Maybe scale a wall.
Sure.
The
what's
harbor
east?
gates? Some kind of commotion, I think. I don't follow the local politics. A fleet store, too. The harbor gates?
Oh.
Some shops
South.
and a bridge. The canal bridge leads to the coast, but it's broken, I think. Some kind of accident, probably.
What's on the other side of the canal?
Just coast. There's a little fishing village there, and a fish market. But that got closed down ages ago. It's
West.
just water. No, actually, I think they call it the Martinez Inlet. There are some islands in the bay, but they're hard to reach.
Thanks, that's
No
all for now.
problem.
I have
Of
to
course. I won't hold.
If there's a corpse, then you're going to need those gloves for the autopsy.
run. Oh. Can I borrow your gloves?
Sure, keep them. I have another pair.
Thank you. That's beautiful. I have swag. So what was it, like south where the shops are?
A Stars Ryko, one of the finest Zhimsk-made motor carriages ever. An oldie, but a goldie.
Who drives these?
Not many people outside of Grad, and Revachol West too, it appears.
Hey Kim, check
Stash
this out.
Raiko KK2. That's a classic model. Never thought I'd see another one repainted after what happened last time.
Hold on, maybe I can impress him. Do I know what happened last time?
No, only that the motor carriage is typically baby blue, the colors of Sigismund the Great, an ancient Zhimsk ruler. His banners were famously zephyr and white, the colors of the Stars Ryko.
Let me guess what happened last time, Kim. Blue and white are the colors of Zmiesk? Zaismsk? Someone painted it, got a Zaimska ad, and boom, murder happened?
That's, well, yes, exactly it, more or less. Except it was a crowd of them. Tore him out of the vehicle and ran him over with his own tires. They said it was an honor killing, Hussar style. The James community protested the trial, flying the colors. 5,000 came to protest.
Correction, 4,395. The fourth largest public protest of a criminal trial in Revachol.
I hate to correct you, but who's the Zim's community? What they sentenced the killer to? Kim. Could our hanged man have been the driver of this car? Interesting. Before we proceed, I've got an opinion on this paint job. What they sentenced
4
the
years
killer
for murder in Reunion. The perps were remorseful. Their sorry knocked 8 years off the sentence. That's the system.
to? Okay.
The prisons in the greater Revachol Industrial Harbor are already full. Prisoners are expensive to maintain. The longer the sentence, the larger the cost.
Yeah, we're the Zimsk community.
People we are paid to protect. Let's leave it at that.
Could our hangman have been a driver of this car?
I try to avoid drawing far-gone conclusions like this before actually examining the body. But my initial guess is the two are unrelated.
Got it.
Bastards! We have a right to work!
What's all this then?
Hold up and stay frosty, everyone. Cops are here. You here to fuck with us? Beat the honest worker down. Good. We're fighting for a cause here. Right to work! Right to work! Besides, we're not that different. It helps if people see us talking, cops and strikebreakers together. Shows authorities are on our side. Builds confidence.
Regardless, I have some questions.
Maybe you should ask them the questions. Like, why we're not allowed to make a living here. Shame on you! We have families to feed, you piece of shit.
So do we, Scott.
Who are all the strikebreakers?
Honest men and women with rights to work, to be useful, not toys for corporate interests. We came here to help the harbor run smoothly in time of crisis. If union fucks don't want work, they ought to let in those who do want work.
I have a question. Why do all these men follow your leadership?
You think they follow because I'm big and loud? No. They follow the rules of the market, the rules of the economy, because they were given a job to do!
What exactly is your goal
We were
here?
promised work. We'd be in there, working, if the bastards hadn't shut the gates.
And you're unable to breach the entrance?
Main gate's locked. Would take heavy ordnance to bust it open. Could try to get in through the secretary's office. Door's locked. The guard's blocking the way to the access panel. And I don't mean the scrawny mess punk either. I mean head measurer. Or whatever he is.
Head measurer?
Huge Seminese guy standing up there on the overhead passage. Won't let anyone by. The access panel is right behind him.
How bad could one guy be? You seem capable.
Bad. Standing on a narrow bridge, he's got a strategically advantageous position. And he's trained. I don't know how the Union has a trained killer up there. But that one's no joke, and my men are tired and hungry. They're workers, not fighters.
Have you considered storming in, like all of you?
Why don't you go arrest them instead? I'm sure they've done plenty of criminal shit. They have that look.
It would be better for the neighborhood if you went home, at least for now, if you can't get in anyway.
No! They will give up eventually. Or get drunk. Leave the button unguarded. Then we charge.
I want to go in the harbor
Have
too.
fun. Union shits are on full strike. Don't think they're going to let you through the gates. You trying to meet their fat boss?
I'm interviewing people about a murder that took place here behind the hostel cafeteria there.
I know nothing about a murder.
Absolutely nothing?
Wouldn't put it past these harbor bugs. They'd do anything to stay alive. Right to work! It's shameful. Cops doing nothing. You should bring backup. Open up the gates for us. Blockading gainful employment for workers is a crime.
I don't know.
We are not picking a side in this just yet, sir.
Pity. Let us work!
Going to leave now. It says G-R-I-H. Is that something?
Is this about the questions again? Because I don't really know anything. I don't really know anything. I mean, I know it's there, but I haven't seen it, so...
Did you know the man
Not
who died?
really. No. I didn't know him at all.
How long
I
has it
don't
been there?
know, really... Uh-huh.
Thank you for your help. Okay, I don't think this is a pawn shop. I think, yeah, this is Freet? I think the pawn shop is just like a separate location.
Welcome to Rivachol.
Racist lorry driver. Nice. Why are you addressing my partner like that?
Don't you welcome to Revachol me. My grandfather came here from a 3,000-year-old racist isolationist culture, while your ancestors came to this island a mere 300 years ago. Every school of thought and government has failed in the city, but I love it nonetheless. It belongs to me as much as it belongs to you.
You tell
It's
him.
men like you who keep Revachol divided, making it that much harder for everyone to climb out of this post-war limbo.
What he means is, fixation on the Revacholian nation makes it harder for Revachol to actually attain self-determination.
He's right. You're undermining our best shot at real self-determination. Stop ripping into this guy. He's just really proud of being Revacholian. Limbo, what's going on here? Okay, yeah. He's right.
Oh, come on, man. I just said welcome to Rivachol. It's a lorry driver thing.
I know exactly what you meant. You think my kind doesn't belong here, that I should watch myself and behave. But you see, I'm an officer of the RCM. It's actually my job to make sure you behave. I would advise you to remember that.
Silence. The air between them becomes tense. Your partner needs backup. Now's your moment to shine.
Fucking A, Kim. I got you back. Well, I think we all learned something here. Smile at the lorry man. I don't want to punch him.
You two make a cute couple. You know that?
The lieutenant exhales and resumes his regular calmness.
Whatever you say, officers.
He smells of heavy motor oils, and his breath of high tar content cigarettes, probably Astra Whites.
What are you hauling?
Oh, not much anymore. I'm here to pick up some cargo, but the dock workers are on strike, so it's a sit and wait on your ass situation.
How long has this been going on then?
The strike? Oh, they've been at it for a while. A month, 2 months maybe. But this here is just the last week or so.
What kind of cargo are you supposed
Apples.
to pick up?
Apples is exactly the kind of thing you'd say if you had something to hide.
Apples?
Yeah, apples. I take it you had other questions?
Well, we're done.
Scab?
You're hazy on the notion of a scab. Smells like politics, though. Maybe it's got something to do with the flask he reaches for from time to time.
I'm not a scab, I'm a cop.
I was just messing with you. No one's ever seen a cop scab. Imagine, you cops going on a strike, but then another cop comes in and says, "Let us cop for less money." Speaking of, what brings the RCM here? To the Wild North? Come to see the strife?
I've gone to Martinez investigating a murder. I need to know what's behind these gates I'm exploring. I'm a bit short on money right now. Can you give me some of it? What's the strike about anyway? Investigating
Murder, huh? That sounds like a lot of hard work. You'd never see me investigating a murder.
Whisper, I have no idea what I'm doing. Maybe you want to help me solve it by telling me who did it?
I have no
That's
idea what
okay.
I'm doing.
I have no idea what I'm doing either. I don't even know what day it is. Don't tell me. It's a better day that way.
I need to know what's behind these gates. I'm exploring.
My friend, I respect the right to roam. The open range awaits.
What does that mean? Does that mean you can't let me through the gate?
I don't operate in that capacity. I'm not a granter of passage. The passage grants itself.
If it's so simple, why did the scab leader warn you of the guards blocking the way?
That simple? I just walk in.
Aye. Walk right past Measurehead and go in.
Past Measurehead?
Yeah, the 2.5 meter tall Semini Supremacist is there. Walk right past him. Then press the button to unlock the door. Then go past him again. And you enter the arbor through the office. Está.
So you're saying it's actually quite difficult.
Don't worry, I'm sure it's not completely impossible. For example, you could best Measurehead in a physical confrontation, or you could convert to a Semini Supremacist worldview. Or, maybe it actually is completely impossible.
Has anyone here ever bested him in a physical confrontation?
Not yet, no. He's incredibly strong.
Has any of the scabs tried converting to his worldview?
Jean-Luc himself would say the philosophy has proven overly heroic for the scabs to convert to. Not enough intuition.
Got it.
Sure.
I'm a bit short on money right now.
Sure thing, my friend. I can help you out.
Flips the coins towards you.
The coin lands into your hand as if it has always belonged there. The swallow returns.
Always glad to help out the RCM. Shame I can't do more. Things are meager at the moment due to... You know, the winter's fat is slowly running out and all. Still better than scabbing, though.
The Union has problems getting by?
Nothing to worry about, really. The jam's a bit of a mess. Cargo can't get in or out. The rationing is a bit stricter is all. Supplies should last the strike, though.
Every little bit helps, you know.
I'm always glad to help out when possible. Not like these slithering scabs.
What's the strike about anyway?
You know, serious business. I'm sure the big boss will be glad to tell you. You'll have to ask him first.
He's a chatty guy. Wants to talk about the strike too. Just can't break the command structure and tell you now.
Nice talk. Gotta get moving. In case of strike, press button behind the guard. Medically sealed door, locked by electronic means. There's no lockpicking or door kicking with this one. Rethashol Industrial in Harbor. Hey, buddy.
Your body betrays your degeneracy.
Yeah, Measurehead. His body totally betrays his degeneracy.
My body does not betray my degeneracy. My body is unimportant. I'm with the police, and we need to get into the harbor.
That is precisely the negligence that has led you to succumb to Al Ghul. You reek of it. An invisible sword of Al Ghul emerges from your throat. You cannot see it, but others can. It is making the woman in my company sick.
I don't have a problem with Al Ghul. I just drink a little.
Your mouth moves, but the one who speaks is Al Ghul. You are but a vessel for the Ghul now. Very little of yourself remains. Occidental Haplogroup B4 is done giving orders around here. The influence of the am sandwich race is waning.
Does this remind you of someone? The guy down there?
First, let me make this clear. I'm not a drunk. I'm a cop. I just have to drink every now and then. Everyone does. That fat racist over there, point to the racist lorry man. You're just him after bumping some iron. I'm the police. I need you to comply now. The race stuff is unimportant here. I just need you to help me do my job, please. Ask nicely or insult him? Nice.
Begging for help. Attempting to pass via for cooperation. How far the Occidental haplogroup has fallen. You were once a noble and powerful race. You gave the world eugenics, electricity, and powerful weapons of war like missiles and aerostatic aircraft. You made great gains in metallurgy, race theory, and statecraft. You dominated lesser cultures, like the deformed Hemians and the inexplicably potato-obsessed Khoikos. But now your ascent to the genetic summit has halted. You are obsessed with sadness and with frivolous pop culture. You will be superseded. Isn't that right, babe?
It is, baby, yeah. You know it.
There is a button right behind him, just out of reach. It must be the one that opens the door to the harbor.
You're right about all of this. Now I just need you to let me go into the harbor.
Enough with this begging. You should leave the stage of history with dignity by inviting the other races to a great world war. Bring your troops to the Simonine Islands and to Boogie Street, and we will pulverize you. When you are gone, we will build a museum for you.
Okay, he's completely delusional.
The walls will be lined with bottles
Seems like a
of
fuzzy guy. Yeah.
alcohol, your beloved beverage. Inside, we will store the odes to homosexuality you call art, and your microcephalic skulls.
Okay.
There may be a peaceful solution to this. You could internalize Measurehead's race theory. He would take you as one of his own.
Would that mean I have to become a Seminese supremacist myself?
Well, not as such. What you do with a mastery of advanced race theory is up to you. You could reject the findings, sure, or accept them and become an advanced racist.
I don't want to become an advanced racist. Conceptualization, subscribe to his advanced race theory. Try that.
Ask what kind of races there are first. Classification is core to this stuff.
Measurehead, I'm new to this world. Help me understand its races. I need to know what kind of different races are there.
Do you?
It's for
The lieutenant looks toward the harbor's electronic door, and then, to you, he lets out an audible sigh.
You are obviously a liberal, Sailite. A polyculturalist. I can see it from your love of microtechnology and your sartorial choices. Do not deny your friend the truth you have denied yourself. There are 3 categories of race. Type A, the heroic races. Type B, the servile races. And the vile CF race cauldron of pederasty. Which one do you need education on?
Type A.
Those are the Simonese, the Areopagite, and the Occidentals, excluding the Maun, of course. The Maun are riddled with eczema to the point where they find it impossible to smile. They are all lactose intolerant, a common result of inbreeding. A receding genetic pool has led the Maun on reprehensible street parades. in mound cities like Stadskanal and Vredefort, wearing wooden clogs on their feet and little green tassels on their hats.
This person does not make any sense. Okay, I got it. Who are Type A then, in your view?
The Vespertines and Messenians of Vesper and Messina, the ancient Meteorans of Meteo by the golden Pisantic Sea, the Suren of Sur-la-Clé, and even the North Königsteiners, all have Type A race propensities. The other large mondial civilization, the Mesk, are too yellow and oleaginous to count as a heroic race. True, they are violent and expansionist, but they have a glandular problem. Overproduction of sebum. Sebum is leaking into their brains, making them listen to El Mariachi music and eat toxic minced meat-based food, which in turn only produces more sebum.
What is going on? And who are the Seminese and Aeropagites?
As proven by the Maun and the Mesk, Occidental Type A is in retrograde. The Seminese and the Areopagites are on the ascent.
And the Seminese are...
The indigenous people of this, the Insulindian archipelago. The Seminese inhabit the southern islands. I am Seminese, from the stock of Ulenbuir on Ile de Fantôme.
And the Areopagites?
The Areopagites are the master race of the Ile Maran deserts. The Seminese are descendants of the Areopagites. We came here during a heroic migration from Ile Marat to Ansuland. Thousands of years before the lactose-intolerant Maun-ridden Occidentals discovered this place.
What's the difference between the Seminese and Aeropagites?
The Areopagites are sleek, long-headed. The Seminese are powerful, mesomorphic. The former is an immutable progenitor, unchanged since the Super Isola of Pericarnassus. Ancient brains rest in their slender skulls.
I like how the continue thing is continue receiving wisdom. This makes no sense.
The latter is perfected and adapting. Together they form the Simeno-Areopagite or Simeopagite super race. That is all. There are no more Type A races in the world. Type B are the unheroic races, amorphous non-competitors of the great race. The Khoikos and the Vacholier, they are mud-colored people.
Oh no.
The Khoikos of Grad, Yugo, Zhimsk, Shest et al. Are what you would call white, officer, in a suspect description.
Mud color?
To an untrained eye, the Khoiko appear white and pinkish, like a ham sandwich. But look into their eyes and you will see. They are of an distinct muddy color, and so is their skin. Unhealthy, sweaty, and ashen.
I like that. He squints full of sage wisdom.
Pinkness is a racial quality that has to be earned through centuries of advanced ballistic warfare and cultural domination that the Grad people have undergone for drinking al ghul and smoking the degenerate tobacco herb and for eating potato. The Khoiko, the countless micronationalities of Grad, are all inexplicably obsessed with potat. The only thing they like more is dividing into microscopic ethnostates, like political amoeba.
Wouldn't he be one for ethnostates?
You don't like ethnostates?
They are microscopic. The Semeno-Areopagite superstate will cover the entire remaining planetary crust, uninterrupted. From Holy Semenine to the Boreal Plateau of Katla. Its leaders will be the genetic epitome of the Simonese and Areopagite stock, elected by nature, not the base inner spoilage called demos.
And the Vacholiers you mentioned?
The Vacholians, halfway between Type A and the Racial Cauldron. Two makes to know right from wrong. You tried your degenerate little revolution, which was the single greatest failure committed by humans in our 82,000-year history on this planet.
Lamau, there's an underlying layer of satire in here on the actual social issue. If you consider some of these statements in a very abstract sense, dude, it's like nonsense, but like I can hear some of like the talking points that some like actual like real world people are saying within it, and it's like but like it makes there's like half of the words that are being said make like no sense, which I guess is part of the satire.
Is it 82,000 years that we've been recording history? You have very little idea of what is happening, but that seems a little off.
Also, really love the statement, superior skin tone is only earned through extensive nuclear ballistic war, not genuine natural quality. Yeah, I'm just, this is just like shocking to listen to. I'm pretty sure history hasn't lasted that long. That revolution sounds like it was actually very good and necessary. That revolution sounds like it was perpetrated by degenerate marauders, not all the people of Revachol. Go away, stupid political thoughts. What was this revolution?
The revolution came to Ravachol from Grad, in Zaraz-ridden potato carts. It is literally an illness. A prion disease that leaves the parietal and frontal lobe ridden with holes. A soft, sponge-like mass of dementia, hallucination, and paranoia.
Literally an illness, while also describing what is literally not an illness. Classic mental gymnastics, yes.
The revolution is fatal familial insomnia. A hereditary prion condition passed from the Khoico to the Occidentals. But not sexually. Probably through trade routes and potate acid, the prime component of the potato plant.
I like that. He pauses in theoretic self-reflection, but not sexually.
Enough of Tibet mediocrity.
The vile CF race cauldron of pederasty. Wait, what is that? Pederasty?
Tips CF are a museum of failed chimeric experiments and tragic maladaptations. They are tortured creatures waiting to be put to sleep. Your morbid interest in them worries me.
Chimeric experiments.
Lesser races like the mosquito, a grotesque mixture of a masked woman and a Semenese man. Only possible if the mother is masked and the father Semenese. The other way around, they fail to produce offspring.
Okay.
The mosquito is born sterile, like a donkey. All they have left is to ride customized motor carriages with hydraulic suspension, listening to aggressive El Mariachi music to vent their impotent despair.
It seems unlikely that two human beings produce genetically sterile offspring.
Right? Maybe I misunderstood something, but aren't humans too similar to produce genetically sterile offsprings? Anymore?
Then there is the Simino Koiki Chimera. Are you sure you wish to know of the Simino Koiki Chimera? It is not an aesthetic site.
Better not to. The Semino Koichik Chimera seems like more than I could handle right now.
That is understandable. Were there more Fortinet tips you needed to be educated about?
Now that we've been through all the types, do I understand advanced race theory?
You understand nothing. To solve the great race enigma, you have to first ask yourself, what is the race enigma? You have not even worded the mystery, let alone solved it.
How do I word the mystery?
You need to internalize what you have heard here today, then return to me. This clarity does not come instantly.
Let's discuss something else.
I cannot possibly imagine what else we have to discuss, Tibere Vasholian.
Whew, that was something. If it makes you feel better, I have never heard or needed to use that word. After looking it up, I think it would be in line with pedantry. It's not? Okay. Yeah, I don't know. Now I can I can internalize those two things. Alright, let's internalize advanced race theory and become a racist. Yay. Can't wait. Alright, well that... I don't even know what to say. That was awful. I mean, it's good, but it's also awful. Oh, I don't think I've been here. Maybe this is the pawn shop? I'll message you on Discord. Oh, for the what it means? It's more like a library than a pawn shop.
Welcome to Crime, Romance, and Biographies of Famous People. My name is Plaisance. Be welcome, and please take responsibility for the energy you bring into this space.
Before we go on, you seem to be well off enough. Can you give me some money? I feel there won't be an opportune moment to ask later.
Sir, don't be ridiculous. I certainly will not give you money. I would be doing you a grave psychic disfavor. One has to earn one's success, even if one is a police officer. Handouts are nothing but manipulation. All they do is make you dependent.
Certainly there are good things to be said about dependence.
Truly there are. Okay. Oh. That's the definition of that word. Fuck, I kind of wish I could go back to a time where I didn't know it. It would forge ties between us working people. Good practice for fighting our common enemy. You misunderstand me. I'm a powerful feudal lord. I demand tribute. This is about traditions. Damn, you're right. What kind of business relations would that kickstart? Excuse me, I don't even know why I said that. I mean, she doesn't seem like the type to associate with other workers, you know, the kind of worker that's actually more of like a corporate cuck. I'm gonna go with you misunderstand me. I'm a powerful feudal lord.
Now, hey there. Sounds like someone isn't taking responsibility for the energy they bring into this space. Tribute, power. These are not the traditions we're used to in this part of the world.
Before we go on, you seem to be well off enough. I'm gonna ask her again.
Don't be. One has to.
Certainly there are good things.
Now, hey there. Sounds like someone isn't taking responsibility for fighting enemy. My philosophy is everyone... Sir, one has...
Certainly there are good...
Exactly.
We wouldn't want that.
Oh, actually, that was a different thing. Exactly. In this kind of business relationship, I could come and critique your work anytime. I could demand things from you, limiting your creative freedom. We wouldn't want that. What do you mean, keeping... having the police officers be like publicly funded? That's crazy, isn't it? Crazy idea. So you're the owner of the store?
I am the proudest owner of our little shop of culture.
Yum, yum. What if I want to buy a book? Who's the little girl standing outside?
Annette, yes, my daughter. I hope she wasn't slacking off again with her nose in science fiction. Tell me, was she at her post doing her job like a proper girl?
Yes.
Wonderful. Did you talk to her?
No.
Why not? Was she not friendly enough? Were you not compelled to talk to her?
Just
Oh
walked in
yes,
here.
okay, that makes sense. It's working then. Yes. Do browse our book, sir.
The way you're handling her strikes me as wrong.
Mind your own business, sir. In our society, people don't get to tell each other how to raise their children. It's none of your or anyone's business.
Jesus, this game has like so much. There's so many parallels with like our societies.
Denial is the way she copes with criticism.
Yes, yes. I'm here to dismantle the free market and abolish child labor.
You must be kidding. There's nothing like that happening.
Depends. How much you pay your kid?
Good, sir. What does a young child do with money anyway? No, I save it for her as a fund. She's securing her financial future out there.
Such criminal behavior would not happen in more developed countries.
Nice. In some more developed countries, this sort of thing is 2 felonies: child labor and slavery.
Those countries will realize they've raised a lazy and spoiled generation. Are we done with the jokes now?
Yes, we've had quite enough fun here. Right.
The woman before you scans the store, her shoulders rigid and tense.
Then why are you talking to me? Everything is on the shelves to browse. Don't you feel compelled to buy anything? See those shelves there? Go. Be drawn.
So what types of books do you have?
Everything is on the shelves. Take a look yourself.
She smiles and nods. Hey. Psst.
Who?
Yes, you. Word on the street is you're ready to start building communism again.
Again?
Yes, you're ready to start building communism again. You've built it before. They've built it before. Hasn't really worked out yet. But neither has love. Should we just stop building love, too?
Can't talk about that.
What about all that communism you've promised to build? Word on the street is you've woken up from 1,000 years of slumber, promising to erect a version of communism many times greater than any attempted before. Is that true?
How come there's words
You
on the
keep
street?
saying things like, down with the bourgeoisie, eat the rich, sodomize the landowners, impale all people who have more than 25 real in their pocket, literally murder all human beings regardless of their political beliefs.
Yes.
That kind of stuff.
Yeah, that's poggers. The construction of communism starts once more. I've said some mildly left-wing things, but none of those. I haven't said anything like that. Yeah.
Oh yes, the mask of ambivalence. Don't deny it. You're about to rip it off and reveal the monstrous 7-eyed lamb of global communism that would devour and masticate mankind. Everyone can see that. So tell me, do you have any questions before we fire up the big communism builder? Or do we get right down to it?
Wait, first, what's this communism about?
Failure. It's about failure. Yes, abject failure. Total, irreversible defeat on all fronts. absolutely vanquished, beaten, curb-stomped and pissed on, until you came along. You will reverse the fortune of the workers of the world.
Every single voice line is a deep jab with like 5 to 14 layers of me. It really is, man. The writing is so good.
You alone, against every living thing, against every human alive. 800 trillion real in the hands of an impossibly well-organized ruling class. Towering city blocks of bankmen who have the ears of prime ministers. Million-headed armies of nations and the love of your own mother. You against the atom, the charm and the spin, where the whole world failed. Matter failed to bend to human will. Human will failed to get out of bed and tie its laces. You alone, single-handedly, will rebuild the dreams of the working class. You are the last communist. Now get to work, comrade.
Sure.
Oh yeah, get the firing squads and the animal wagons ready.
Firing squad?
Too late to back out now. You can't make an omelette without breaking a few million eggs.
What? Okay. Guess I'm a communist now. Goose versus planet Earth. Let's go. Another boring book just discarded here. Wow, incredible.
The plaque on the shelf reads, Biographies of Famous People. You see a large variety of names, none of which ring a bell.
Tome of Fascist Magic. Rather candid. Okay. The book collects the national recipes of Ada. They all about lake trout. Can I go in here?
You see a set of tattered curtains blocking the way to another room. A strange cage-like trinket dangles from the curtains.
Excuse me, officer. The back room is strictly for employees only.
Mm-hmm. Can I work here? Pull open the curtains. Do I just pull open the curtains? What's behind the curtains?
Now please go back to browsing the books. Don't you feel compelled to look at the books? The books are all you care about.
She speaks almost as if she's trying to put a spell on you, urging you to buy more books. Oddly enough, the more she tries to draw you away from the curtains, the more alluring they become.
If I just pull them open.
Just as you're about to pull apart the curtains, the petrified voice of the shop owner cries out once more.
Sir, don't touch that. I told you it's off limits for the customers. Parapsychologically speaking, we're done if you decide to open them. I won't be held responsible for the consequences. It's too dangerous.
She looks away, mumbling. Why is everyone always messing with the curtains? Why can't they just buy books like normal people?
Fascist magic tricks show your friends and family. Purchase more books. Do I just like ruin this relationship with... Well, I mean, I already don't like her, but like, do I just ruin the relationship and open the curtains? Man, this is different. I'm a police officer. I need to get in there.
It's not like anyone was killed there.
Well, someone was killed right down back.
I'm sorry. I don't mean to be so impolite. Just please don't go there. I can't allow that. You'll only make things worse and unleash the powers.
The curtains do seem frail suddenly, not robust enough to contain a slippery darkness.
You do?
I must investigate.
My God, even more reasons not to mess with the curtains. Just step away, dear sir.
All right.
Thank you. Let's just talk about this first, all right? There's no reason for you to venture into the unknown.
Talking is always good. Go see what she has to say. You see a tattered set of curtains and a polyhedron-shaped cage-like trinket. You see some kind of charm, an irregular polyhedron assembled from bones, sticks, and straw. Inside, a disturbing fish head with empty eye sockets stares at you. This is a traditional Seminese ward, meant to provide protection against ill luck, bad dreams, curses, and other supernatural scourges.
Who are the Seminese, even though I already know?
Inhabitants of Île de Fantôme, the Seminine Islands down south. Aside from poking at it suspiciously, there is nothing else to do with the fish head charm at this time.
Let's talk to her again.
Hello again, esteemed officer, and welcome to Crime, Romance,
Why are you
and
so
Biographies
uptight
of
about
Famous
those
People.
curtains?
I already told you, it's just a storage room for employees. I don't understand why it's so important to you. Just let it go, officer. Go buy some goddamn books. You're supposed to be drawn to the books.
If it's just a storage room, then why does it have a Seminese ward protecting
It's
it?
just for decoration. Okay, fine. It's just because this place is cursed, just like everyone said. They don't call it the doomed commercial area for nothing. Are you happy now, officer? Happy that you've ruined everything?
Host of hosts, she prays. Guard me and my honest business venture from the curse that lurks behind the curtains.
How does this curse manifest
The
itself?
curse is so much worse than you could imagine. It's a disease, eating at the very foundation. It's the curse of financial distress, of ruin and bankruptcy.
I'm a little confused. What does
Everyone
that mean?
knows that all the previous companies in this building have sooner or later declared bankruptcy, and their malicious spirits are still here, feeding off bad business practices and disappointing income statements. There's something wrong with this building, I can tell you. Ever since I arrived, I've sensed an eerie, lingering presence, as if I was unwanted here.
Well, you are kind of cringe. Have you sought help from anyone?
Yes, I've contacted numerous parapsychologists, and even a pair of Simonese mediators. They provided me with the wards. The wards help to keep the doom at bay and protect us against the darkness that lies further in the building, even though now I fear it's not enough.
Is your pendant part of the wars as well?
Oh, this? No, it's a special Himian amulet, blessed by desert pygmy shamans, with a spell of compulsion. It's to compel people to buy books. There are numerous spells cast throughout the store. I had the books anointed with a different inducement spell, for example. It's guaranteed to boost sales 15%.
Desert pygmy shamans. That sounds like a rather questionable way to describe a group of people.
Yeah, I agree.
Doesn't seem like the spell is working. There are no customers around except you.
Am I a customer really if I don't intend on buying anything? There are hardly any customers in the store. Do you think it's really working? Honestly, it seems like this pending thing is a scam. It's not working.
Sir, I am well educated in the commercial and esoteric arts. I know what to do and what to avoid.
Have you ever thought about a sale? Maybe this could lure in some customers. I'm only trying to help. What about some neon signs and blinking lights? You could try to be friendlier with the customers.
My voice is trained to perfection by true sales professionals, good sir. I paid good money for those courses. Too much money, even. Perhaps I should have bought some wards instead.
You want me to investigate if the curse... I don't think the curse is real. I just want you to let me in there.
Most certainly not. I'm not letting you open the gates of hell. In fact, I don't want anyone who isn't familiar with the psychic arts involved in this mess. Stay away. Leave the spirits be, so they can return to their slumber.
I see. Well...
My liege, you know what this case calls for? A para-detective.
Ooh, that's a... convince her. It's 42%. There's a pretty good chance.
Slither up to her, you silver-tongued fiend. Show her what world-class perfidy looks like.
Ma'am, I came here to help. I've handled paranatural situations
Are you
before.
sure? Don't think I haven't seen charlatans before.
I have returned from the void, a para-detective from a long line of para-detectives.
You're no para-detective. You look nothing like one. And you're clearly a drinker. Pardon me for being so blunt, but...
You look like one. The lieutenant keeps his usual stony calm. He silently picks out his notebook.
I admit I've had my fair share of drinks, but only because the spectral realm is parapsychologically taxing. Wait, parapsychologically taxing.
How do you know all this?
Here we go.
Your wards brought me here in the first place. The Semini's blood also runs through me. I'm a void revenant. I have the powers to debad all the bad energy. No, it's a word.
You're part Simonese. Oh, it means our meeting couldn't have been mere chance.
100% silver-tongued.
The hand of fate guides us. But I am not the only one at risk. I have to think of my daughter. You are certain you can help us? Keep us safe? I can't allow any collateral damage to hit us.
Just ask my partner, Kim. He'll vouch for me. Throwing him under the bus. No problem whatsoever. Your family is safe. No phantoms are a match for me.
If you promise, good officer, then you might be our last hope. Do you swear it?
A hand on your heart. On my
Thank
honor.
you, sir. There's one more thing I haven't told you about yet. The entity.
Do not act surprised. You know of these things, sire.
Of course, the entity. I have
You
sensed
have?
its presence.
The entity takes the form of a woman, a witch probably. I've suspected that she must be connected to the curse ever since I first saw her. Did you know that she lives inside the chimney?
Chimneys. The passage between heaven and hell, of course.
Yes, that chimney is part of the building's central furnace, and it's enormous. She has barricaded herself behind some metal security curtains. God knows what she's doing there. Some unnatural magic, I assume. You should go find the entity and ask what happened to all the companies in the building. What is the source of this curse? Here's the key to the warded door behind the curtains. Take it. Oh, and please do return to me after you've looked round. I'm quite anxious to know what she has to say about the curse. What you discover in there.
What you discover? Probably just some office space. Don't be scared.
Now we can go behind the curtain.
You see a set of tattered curtains blocking... You see a dimly lit room full of dusty furniture and trash. A doorway stands in the back, covered in dozens of scary little Seminese wards, your shadow looming over it like an omen.
Oh!
Ghostly silhouettes of hair dryers. Scary. A vaguely endogenous portrait of a man. Merely looking at that unmanly haircut threatens your masculinity. Oh no, not
A
my
heavy door
masculinity.
with a missing handle stands before you, covered in dozens, if not hundreds, of Seminese trinkets and charms. It appears to be locked.
Unlock with the
After
key.
exerting some force, you manage to turn the key. It's eerily silent. The door slides slightly open, letting a draft of cold air into the room.
Open and enter. Sand is dripping from the punch bag. The poster says Sidious Fortis, the rest is worn off. Smells like leather and sweat.
A barbell lies on the floor. The color has worn off its weight plates. It's 60 kilograms, Your triceps hum at the sight of these weights. Show the world what kind of beast it's dealing with. Lift them. There are no collars on the barbell. This is a safety hazard.
Look, Kim, it's a trap. There are no collars on the barbell.
You're right. The weight may fall off. Better not touch it then.
What kind of bastard would just remove the collars? It should be a felony.
It would be a violation of EPIS safety regulations if the gym was still operating, but it isn't. No one's supposed to come here anymore.
The hallway is blocked with old window panes and debris. Okay. Hello? Can I... Hello? Can I go that way? Hello? Okay. Oh. Ooh, shot put bell. Could give that to the old people outside.
It's dark. This would be a lot easier with a flashlight. I've got one in the Kinema's toolbox. We should go back for it before we continue. No sense in tripping around in the darkness.
Some areas are inaccessible without your flashlight. After you've acquired...
Okay. Sure. Fair enough. Alright, let's go complete a quest.
We are still waiting for a replacement for the bull you sent sinking.
I found you guys a new bull. Hold that
What
ball.
is this? Are you mocking us? This isn't for pétanque.
Now. No need to get angry again, René. I'm sure the officer tried his best. It's not like there's a bull kiosk here in Martinez.
Exactly. And I really did try.
Trying is worth as much as is accomplished. In this case, almost nothing. Fine. You tried to right a wrong. It's still a gram better than actual nothing.
I saw the statue of Philip III near the...
Ah, yes! King Philip III on his steed. A reminder of what Revachol once was.
Oh, absolutely. At the mercy of a cocaine-snorting tyrant who emptied the treasury so he could sleep on a bed of gold.
A superpower, feared and respected. A testament to what this country can be under the leadership of a true king. Someone who knows how to rule.
Yeah.
Right.
Thank you for your time. Let's go get the flashlight.
Inside, you see a set of steering levers, a radio microphone, a pull-out toolbox, and a metallic drawer slides out from under the seat and clicks into place. The tools inside are neatly organized.
Take what you need, officer. It's going to be a long case. I'm not protective of my tools, like some men are.
Red tip-top tri-bar.
The pry bar feels nice and cold in your hand. Heavier than you'd think. Useful for opening all sorts of doors and lids. The handles are long and sleek. Snaps. You can do good work with these. Cut chains, it's robust. What lets you see the pull-out toolbox slides back into its nest. Preheater gauge casts a warm glow on the steering levers, and the rate.
Alright, got the flashlight and some other stuff. Hey there, little girl.
Hello, sir. Step right in. The store is open.
Hello.
Are you interested in a new and exciting book?
What kind of store is this anyway? Is it okay if I ask
sir.
questions?
I'll try to answer any questions you have. I hope they're about books.
What is your name?
My name is Annette, sir. My mum, her name is Plaisance. She owns the store. She's inside minding the register or organising the stock. Feel free to step in and browse our wares.
And you're standing out here in the cold because...
I'm signalling that the store is open. Otherwise people might not know. They'd miss out on the crime, romance and biographies of famous people.
I could help by brutally dismantling the free market.
Thank you, sir. I'm glad to help Mum out with the store.
Okay, bye. Okay, well, wow, an autosave. What perfect timing. I was actually kind of thinking of stopping there and resuming at another time. This game, I'm kind of curious. Is there actually combat in this? Maybe? I don't know. What has it been, like 4 hours now? Still no fighting? So far it's interesting though. It's like I don't know. There's like the writing is so good that, like, even though nothing major has happened, I feel it's just like captivating almost. Really enjoying it. Definitely gonna keep playing at a later date, and hopefully you'll be there. You'll be there. You'll be there, right?